Happy 4th of July. This is the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with an unboxing video. I received 3 items back from Collector Archive Services a few days ago, and I did 2 hours of yard work this morning, and my wife rewarded me with some peace and quiet. There's nobody in the house, so I'm going to film this video and release it later today, and I hope everyone has a great, relaxing 4th of July, grill out, eat lots of good food, and relax. So let's go ahead and dig right in, but I forgot one quick channel related news. I want to say thank you to my newest Patreon supporter, Blake Fridley. He just joined up as a Patreon supporter, so I want to say thank you so much. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters for allowing me to make more and better videos. It really helps out the channel a lot, so thank you. But let's dig right in, and you guys know what this one is. This is one I showed ungraded, I don't know, a month or 2 ago on my channel. This turned out fantastic. This is one I picked up in an eBay auction, paid quite a bit of money for it, but it is gorgeous. This is a miscard, a factory miscard retro collection. Mandalorian figure on the Grief Karga card back, and it just turned out fantastic. And I'll do another quick zoom here. I do have this already on the channel ungraded, but this just got back from Collector Archive, and it turned out amazing. And let's go ahead and dig right into the label. I know that's everyone wants to see here. So this is, now the interesting thing is, I want to point this out. It's 2020 Hasbro Star Wars. Now these appeared in retail through the retail distribution channel this year, 2021. But the card back on the back, and we'll take a look in a second, the card back is actually labeled 2020. So that's why Collector Archive Services labels this as 2020 for the year instead of 2021. And I did not realize that when I submitted it, but they corrected me on it. But this is a factory miscard Mandalorian. The card got a 95, which is amazing considering that this was found at retail. This was found at a Target. Or I think it was a Target. It was either Target or Walmart that this was found at. But to get a 95 grade for a item that someone found off the shelf is incredible. Blister got a 90, figure got a 90 for an overall 90. I was trying to figure out what brought the figure score down, and I think it's because if you look at the very top of his helmet there, he's got some paint discoloration, just very faint. Right there on the crown of his helmet, a little scratch there. So that's what probably kept it from getting the typical 95 grade, which is what you not all the time, but a lot of the time you'll get with these modern figures. It's just so factory fresh that they often will get a 95. But one other area that I just noticed is right there above that belt buckle. You can see a little factory paint defect there, a little scratch, gray scratch. So that's probably why this received a 90 instead of a 95 for the figure score, which would have bumped that up to a 90 plus. But I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to explain the scoring. Now let's look at the back here, because this was labeled as a 2020, and it's hard to find. There it is, 2020. So Collector Archive Services was right. I was wrong. But it's interesting that they're labeled 2020, given that they came out, March, April of this year. But I guess that's when the manufacturing process started, was late last year. But very boring back to the card back. I wish they had kind of included even a small picture of the entire line of Mandalorian-related Wave 3 retro collection. But another factory miscard for the collection, and it just turned out fantastic. Okay, now the last two are sort of related to 2 other items that have been in my collection almost to the year. Almost to the year, I received these back from Collector Archive Services. Now, these are Dark Horse comic 2-packs. They came out in kind of 2007, 2008 to celebrate 30th anniversary of the release of Star Wars. And again, these are 2 items that are already in my collection. I've shown this one in a Grand Moff Tarkin related video. This is Governor Tarkin along with a stormtrooper, a very stylized stormtrooper. And it has kind of a Dark Horse comic reprint. Given that I've gotten into comics a little bit this year, a lot of it this year, I really enjoy these comic 2-packs. Some of them are very, very expensive, such as the Entertainment Earth exclusives, but this is one of the more common ones. This one is graded 90, and again, I've had this one in my collection for about a year or so, and there we go. So graded 90, Governor Tarkin and Stormtrooper. So that's one that I've shown in a different video a long time ago. I don't believe I've shown this one since I received it back from grading out of the poly bag, but this is a really cool one. This is Anakin Skywalker along with an assassin droid, and it has a Star Wars Republic number 57 Dark Horse comic reprint on the inside. And, I just showed it briefly when I unboxed it, but what an awesome, awesome 2-pack. And again, I got this about a year ago. One thing I didn't notice until I was taking it out for this video is that this assassin droid has a shoulder mounted cannon. I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but I didn't notice that when I've had it in my collection for a year, and I just now noticed that. That tells you how attentive to detail I am. But what a great sculpt on that assassin droid. I'm going to zoom in here so you can take a look at him. That is an awesome figure. Very stylized, but really cool. Anakin, it's not a great likeness of Anakin, but again, it's a kind of a comic style. Here's the side there, and then this side has the assassin droid. This one is also graded 90, and here's the back of this one. So you can kind of see that there. So these are the two that I had in my collection, and I got two as part of this box that I received from Collector Archive. I've got two others that just arrived, and they're both really cool. This one is a comic 2-pack with a Darth Vader and Princess Leia inside, and this is has a reprint of issue number 4 of Star Wars Infinities. And the Dark Horse Star Wars Infinities comic series basically has what-if scenarios, alternate reality type thing. And I think we'll look at the back of the packaging in a second here, but I think that this posits that Darth Vader has gone to the light side of the Force, and so that's why he's in white. And that's the reason I got that. It was just such an interesting figure with the bluish eyes and white body. So Darth Vader and Princess Leia. And here's what it graded. It's hard to keep the camera focused here, so I apologize. But the card got a 90, blister 90, figure 95. So it got an overall 90. Comic 2-packs number 11. And this one came out in 2008. And here's the back. And the Infinity series explores tantalizing what-if stories about what might have happened to Star Wars characters if events had occurred differently. In this tale, the rescue of Han Solo from Jabba's palace fails, so Princess Leia goes after Boba Fett in order to save Han. The climactic events on the second Death Star also take a different turn that sees Darth Vader changing his allegiances and fighting alongside his children. So, they're not in terms of like Star Wars canon, they're more what-if scenarios, and Marvel does a lot of those what-ifs with Spider-Man and some of the other, Wolverine and Hulk. So there's a number of vintage comics that are what-if scenarios, and that's all that this really is, that Dark Horse Comics release. But I got to be honest, the reason I got this one is just because of the white Darth Vader. It just looks too cool. So that's that one. Now, the other one is super hot, and I got this one. Well, I've always wanted it, but I think that with the coming Disney Plus Book of Boba Fett series, I think that this one is one that people are going to explore in more detail. And this one has Boba Fett alongside an RA7 droid, and we'll do a close-up in a second. But the reason I got this one is because this one has a reprint of Star Wars issue number 81, the vintage Marvel run. And so this is a reprint of that. This comic is known as The Return of Boba Fett in the original Marvel run. And it details how Boba Fett escaped from the Sarlacc pit. And so it's a very sought after key within the vintage run. Obviously, number 1 is the most expensive. 42's got the first appearance of Boba Fett. There is 64, I believe, has another Mandalorian related. It's got Boba Fett. It looks like Boba Fett on the cover, but it's another Mandalorian, actually. And then this one, issue number 81. This one has gone up in the original in a CGC 9.8 has just skyrocketed in value. I'd say maybe 9 months ago, you could have picked it up for, I don't know, 400 or less, 300. But I've seen them sell as high as 900 now for the direct edition. The newsstand edition can go into the 2000s. I mean, it's just completely shot up. And I think a lot of that is because people are speculating that we'll probably learn a little bit more about Boba Fett's survival story. The book of Boba Fett's going to obviously have some sort of, I would think, have some backstory as to how he escaped from the Sarlacc pit. And that's what this comic touches on, among other items. But what a great item, and I always liked it because Boba Fett has a paint scheme that shows some Sarlacc pit slime on him. So that's pretty cool. This repainted Death Star droid is fantastic. It's got kind of like a metallic purple with goldish eyes. But the highlight is easily that comic. It's just the reprint of that comic. Even the reprint, this reprint Dark Horse edition can go for several $100s in a CGC 9.8. So I just, when I saw this one pop up for a reasonable price, I had to grab it. And there's a few others I want to get, but it's all about money, and availability. But and here's the label on this one, if I can get it to focus. It's really tough to get these to focus today. There we go. So this one came out in 2007, and it received an overall 90. 90 for the card score, blister score 85, figure score of a 90. And let's take a look at the back of that and read the description for this one. Everyone believes Boba Fett is dead, eaten by the Sarlacc pit in the pit of Carkoon. But the bounty hunter miraculously survives his ordeal and lies unconscious outside the pit, covered in mucus and sand. The Jawas and the RA-7 droid find him. Now, this is different. This backstory is different than what is covered in the books, the Expanded Universe books. In the Expanded Universe books, Dengar finds him and brings him back to life. So it's a little different, along with one of Jabba's dancers. One of Jabba's dancers and Dengar find him in the book. But in this one, it looks like a Jawa finds him. So anyway, I think that, this one, I didn't buy this to like speculate or anything. I just thought it was a really cool item. But I would think that comic's going to continue to skyrocket as we get more into the book of Boba Fett and hopefully get a little bit of origin story in terms of how he survived that Pit of Carkoon encounter in Return of the Jedi. But that's all I really had for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I encourage you to subscribe. Please comment and like below. I'm going to be back later this week with some interesting economic data, with a few more market updates. We'll do another subscriber giveaway, and we'll also announce the winner of the Luke Retro Collection Snowspeeder figure that I have in a giveaway going right now. So we'll do all of that this week, but I wanted to get a video for you guys for the 4th of July. Happy 4th to you all, and I'll be back soon. Thank you again for watching.